So welcome back to the channel, welcome back. So it's official right now, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. A fight that I personally thought wouldn't happen, right? But Turkey Al-Sheikh has come forward and he's made the fight to be held. I believe it's to be held in on a Riyadh season card, possibly in Saudi Arabia, possibly, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to look at the details a bit more closely as we get closer to the fight. So look, I was one. I'm going to say it as it is. I was personally saying that the Haneys would not take this fight, right? But they've proved me wrong and they have. But I heard an interesting take today on Joe Stunner Boxing. So I'll play this for you quickly and have a listen and tell me what you think.
Pretty much his 147-pound debut. And like I said earlier, you got to be careful what you wish for, because Bill Haney can talk all he likes about his son. But I said this previously. Devin Haney Jr. strikes me as a fighter who had a lot of tough gym wars, a lot of what they used to call smokers over in Mexico when he was young, when he was still a teenager. There's a lot of miles on that clock, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was finished within the next couple of years. By the time he hits 28, he'll be a shot fighter. He's 26 at the moment. He's been the undisputed lightweight champ, which was a tremendous achievement, and did it, pretty much on the road. Went abroad twice to Australia to fight George Kambosos, outpointed him.
Right, so you've heard that now. And listen, I'll be honest with you and I'll tell you the truth. I cannot disagree with what Joe Stunner said, all right? Joe Stunner put out a few good points there. Is Devin Haney a shot fighter, right? Do you think Devin Haney will be fighting well into his 30s, late 30s, like Floyd Mayweather did, right? Or do you think he's going to, fizzle out right roughly around 28, 29, 30? How can I say? Probably retire early because of the amount of miles that he's done. Like, you got to look at it like this. They're taking big fights. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, why? You know what? There's something going on here with the Haneys. They're taking the big fights and you have to give it to them, right? And I've said this before in the past, way before the LDBC got onto Devin Haney's coattails. Devin Haney doesn't duck no smoke. It seems like he wants to smoke. And could it be a cash out? Because look at it like this. He doesn't want none of these low tier fights because obviously they're going to pay him enough money. Devin Haney's looking for the big bucks. So he's looking for the big names out there. Obviously being a former undisputed champion, 2-weight world champion. He wants to become a 3-weight world champion. He's got no business fighting anyone of a very low tier, He's got to be fighting the best guys, and that's what he's doing. Doesn't seem like he's trying to cherry pick stuff like that. So, I've got to give it to him. And personally, I think the Brian Norman Jr. fight's going to be a good fight. But I would say, how is it going to match up stylistically? Because Turkey Al-Sheikh has already stated he does not want any Tom and Jerry fights no more, right? And Canelo Alvarez and William Skull was probably the poster for that statement. But not far after that, not far from that fight was Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, right? So Bill Haney did say that Devin will come out with a different style the next time he comes out after he heard what Turkey Al-Sheikh said. So we know Bill Haney cannot bite the hand that feeds him. So he ain't going to say nothing about what Turkey said. He just said they're going to change their style. Brian Norman Jr. is a come-forward pressure fighter and has an absolutely dangerous left hook. And that seems to be Devin Haney's kryptonite. Devin Haney was in Ryan Garcia's face in a press conference and saying that, Ryan Garcia, you are a one-trick pony. You're a one-trick pony. You've only got a left hook. What did Ryan Garcia go out there and do? He spammed the left hook and Devin could not evade that left hook. So Brian Norman Jr. is going to come with a similar left hook with lots of power behind it, a lot of muster behind that left hook. Will Devin Haney be able to evade this left hook? And when we mean evade it, we don't mean run. Will he be able to stand there? Not necessarily in the pocket, but stand there at long range, medium range, inside. Will he be able to do that with Brian Norman Jr.? Or is he going to get on his toes and skip around the ring and run like a rabbit? Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's going to be an interesting fight. And you know what? Devin Haney, one of the most talked about fighters on the internet. Maybe not all for his boxing skills and stuff like that. I kind of call him like, he's like a, what was it again? Hatman called him a Temu Floyd Mayweather. I'd call him like a Walmart Floyd Mayweather. Walmart, yeah. So he's not quite there, but he's good. He's all right. But Brian Norman Jr., he's on fire after his knockout. And I'm sure he's going to want to claim the scalp of Devin Haney to further elevate his career. And don't listen to what none of the Devin Haney channels say. If Devin Haney beats Brian Norman Jr., it doesn't make him a first ballot Hall of Fame. Anyway, do us a favour, smash the like button, hit the bell notification. See you all in your latest videos.